and welcome back to another Absurd Heroine video. So today we're going to be playing a green-red deck that I've called Kill It With Fire. And this is based off of the deck called Duncan Dinos, if you have heard of that. So what is this deck? This deck is based around Experimental Frenzy. Experimental Frenzy says you may look at the top card of your library at any time, you may play the top card of your library, and you can't play cards from your hand, and then you can destroy it if you want to. So basically what that means is you're going to be you're like playing the top card of your deck, and that is all that you're playing in your hand. But that means that you can technically play your entire deck if you have the mana out to do so. So in order to deal with this card's biggest weakness, which is if you have a land on the top of your deck, you can only play one land a turn, we're playing Wayward Swordtooth. So Wayward Swordtooth says that you can play an additional land on each one of your turns, and then he can't attack or block unless you have the City's Blessing. And the City's Blessing is 10 or more permanents on the battlefield, which is pretty easy to get to if you're just playing 2 lands every turn. So the idea behind this deck is to get as many lands out as possible and then burn your opponent's face off. With like a Banefire for 20 or something like that. And this deck does get there, by the way. So let's go through the whole entire thing and see exactly what this deck is made out of. So we have Llanowar Elves for ramp, Shock for removal, then our Banefires, of course. We have Dryad Greenseeker, and Dryad Greenseeker is in this deck because you can remove a land from the top of your deck if you have one on there. So Experimental Frenzy's biggest weakness is having land on top of your deck, because you can only play one land a turn. So Wayward Swordtooth helps with that sometimes, but if you want, like, if this deck gets going, and you'll see later on, but when this deck gets going, you can go through your deck really, really quickly with Experimental Frenzy out. But the lands are like the biggest weakness. If you hit, more than 1 or 2 lands, depending on how many Swordteeth you have out, then Swordtooths out, then you can't play anymore, and you have to pass the turn. So we want to prevent that as much as possible. So we have Dryad Greenseeker, which removes the land from the top of your deck so that you can play more. Then we have Lava Coil for removal, Lightning Strike once again for removal, or this can burn phase 2. Treasure Map, and Treasure Map does exactly the same thing in this case as Greenseeker does. So it can remove the land from the top of your deck, and then once it turns into Treasure Cove, then it can draw that land off the top of your deck if you want to. And then of course we have Wayward Swordtooth, then Fight with Fire, and this card's really cool, and most people don't expect this card. So it deals 5 damage to target creature, but if it was kicked, it deals 10 damage divided as you choose among any number of targets instead. So this could be like a board wipe, depending on what your opponent is playing. Or it can just straight out kill your opponent. And with the kicked cost, it is 9, right? So with this deck and the way that it's purposefully the way it works and the strategy that we're trying to accomplish, that's very, very easy to do. And then we have a Grow from Ashes, which is good ramp. Search your library for a basic land card, put it into the battlefield, and shuffle your library. If this spell was kicked, instead search your library for 2 basic land cards and put them into the battlefield, then shuffle your library. And the thing that makes Grow from the Ashes unique is that these lands don't come into play tapped, which is, I think, the only card that actually does that. All right, so that's the deck. So let's get playing. Let's go kill some things with fire. Oh yeah, so I've been playing with Untapped for the past couple of days, which is just a tracker for all of your cards that you have in your deck, and it also tracks your opponent. Let me know if this is super annoying, and I will turn it off for my games that I record. All right, so what do we have here? We have Lightning Strike, we have Wayward Swordtooth, and we have Experimental Frenzy. This is exactly what we want. Okay, we're gonna keep this. Stomping Ground, tapped. Alright, pass the turn. We'll Lightning Strike something if they cast anything, and if they don't, then we'll just burn the face. Alright, Banefire. So the nice thing about having a tracker up Ooh, Satyr Enchanter. Ah, this is an enchantment deck. That's so cool. You don't see these very often, and I actually really like enchantment decks. I was thinking about recording one, and I might still record one. Okay. Anyway, we should probably just Experimental Frenzy here, honestly. Let's do it. Pay 2 life, Experimental Frenzy. Let's go, baby. Bam. Online. Interesting. Okay. Path of Discovery. This allows each creature to explore when they enter the battlefield. So things that we're kind of worried about here are like Luminous Bonds, that kind of thing. Conclave. Alright, let's kill that. Do we want a second Frenzy? I don't think we want a second Frenzy. Let's see, how close are we to ascending? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we would be ascending here. Yeah, I guess we can cast it. I kind of don't want to, because if we ever wanted to get rid of it, now we would have to get rid of 2 of them. And say, like, we have a Banefire in our hand, which is great, because then you can pop Experimental Frenzy and then Banefire to the face for whatever it is that you need, but they're not really threatening us super hard right now. Okay. Excellent. Lava Coil. Shock to the face. Another land. Another land. Enter tapped. And we can't get rid of that one. Okay. So at the end of this turn, I'm going to pop an Experimental Frenzy. Because then we can pop another Experimental Frenzy. Okay, yeah, sure. So we can pop it. Oh, maybe he'll pop it for us. Oh wait, no he won't. He's out of mana. Okay, so that's fine. Druid of Cowl, sure. It doesn't matter, he's going to die this turn. We're going to kill him. So we pop one of these. Next turn, we pop the second one, and then we Banefire. For 4. Which we have. Or we could have just fight with fire, but whatever. Alright. Ta-da! And that's how it goes. And that's how every game's supposed to go. That was a really good game. That showcased this deck very well. So let's play another one. Why not? Let's keep going. We'll play a couple games. It is very satisfying when it pops off. All right, what do we got? If we had a mountain instead of a Dryad Green Seeker, I would keep this. But as it is, I don't know, we have Llanowar Elves for ramp. If we draw a mountain or some sort of red mana source, then we'll be fine. What is the percentage of doing that? You might ask. Quite a bit, actually. So what's that? 31%? Ish? Okay, so 1 in 3 chances. Okay, we'll keep it. We'll keep it. Hopefully that won't be... Okay, great. We did it. We did it, everybody. Congratulations. Good job. Okay. We'll Green Seeker and attack for 1. It's good to have a Green Seeker out with an Experimental Frenzy. Next turn we'll just Experimental Frenzy. We won't cast the second one. Ooh, Reliquary Tower. Is this like a thing? Because that would be amazing. Okay, we'll do another Rootbound Crag. And then we're going to Experimental Frenzy. And we'll just attack and leave that on top. Because we're just going to draw it anyway into our hand. It's good that we cast Experimental Frenzy because we're getting a little flooded. Hopefully we'll get a Sword Tooth. What's the percentage of that, you might ask? Well, it's 8%. We have an 8% chance of getting a Sword Tooth. That's not good. Biogenic Ooze. Ouch. Now here is the question. Do we shock Biogenic Ooze? No, we don't. That's too risky. Okay. This could be bad. Biogenic Ooze is a problem. And it looks like they're quasi-duplicate Biogenic Ooze, so they must be like an ooze deck. I find it really interesting that they're playing with a Reliquary Tower. Okay. So let's kick this. And we kick this because... This is good, we can kill the ooze now. We kick this because we can now... Oh no, we can't because it... sorry. It shuffles, so even though Fight with Fire was on top and I thought we would be able to use that in order to kill a Biogenic Ooze, it shuffles our deck, so... But that's okay, we get our Wayward Sword Tooth. Ooh. No, we don't. Denied. Alright, this is going to be a tough matchup now. We may be in trouble, boys and girls. This ooze is going to get out of hand unless we do something real quick. Yeah, do we take it? I guess we take it. In hopes that we draw something that can deal with a Biogenic Ooze, but it's quickly slipping away from us. It's quickly getting out of control. Okay, treasure map. We don't want that. So we're going to put that on the bottom. Oof. I think we have to take the chance and hit this Biogenic Ooze. Unfortunately. Okay. We gotta kill it. Even though we're kind of wasting some of our mana, but we have to. Wizard's Retort. Gosh darn. Yeah. We're in trouble now. Even more trouble than we were before. We could pop Experimental Frenzy, Wilderness Reclamation. Oh boy. What do we want now? What do we want? Pass. Is there anything that we can do besides hope that we draw? I don't know. What are we hoping that we draw at this point? Another Fight with Fire, I guess. Because we could kick it. Even if we did that, we wouldn't be able to kill all of his oozes. Okay. So we could... Let's treasure map this away. Darn. That's not what we want to see. We could pop the Frenzy, Lava Coil, and shock an ooze, but it wouldn't be enough because we would have to kill more than just one. We'd have to kill like all of them. We could block the other oozes for now. And hope that the last card in his hand is not a counterspell. It's a counterspell. Gosh darn it. Ugh, that wasn't a fun deck to play against. Alright, let's try again. Alright. Banned. Yeah, I think we keep this. We've got Fight with Fire for some early removal if we need it. A Dryad Greenseeker and an Experimental Frenzy. Yeah, it's pretty good. Banefire is pretty good to have in an opening hand, or at least before you have Experimental Frenzy, because it can just sit there and wait, and then when you need it, you can pop the Frenzy and cast your Banefire, like we did in the first game. Ooh, interesting. This must be a mill deck. What do we want to do here? Do we want to kill that? No, we don't care about that. We don't care about that. We'll pass the turn. We'll lightning strike something. Probably him. Mm-hmm. There's a Sword Tooth. This will be an interesting match. Mill. Let's see how we do against Mill. You're just gonna cast the Frenzy. Yeah, sure. We probably shouldn't have done that, but... oh well, it's done. Because now we can't cast our Grow from the Ashes. Yeah, sure, we'll cast that. Cast our Forest. Shock to the face. Take action. And Grow from the Ashes. It's unfortunate we can't cast that. There be. Looks like he might be stuck on 3 lands, though. Oh, that's unfortunate. We're gonna get the Wayward Swordtooth in our hand now. I suppose then we could pop the Experimental Frenzy if we want to. So what do we got? We can kill that Wall of Lost Thoughts. I suppose. Why not? Treasure Map. Okay, we're gonna have to pop the Experimental Frenzy next turn. We really want these Sword Tooths. Whatever they are. Oh wait, we don't want to do that. Another Wall of Lost Thoughts. That's unfortunate. They're gonna mill us really quickly, so we gotta come up with some sort of solution here. And that's a lot of our lands. Okay, thank you. I'm okay with that. Alright, let's do it. We want a Sword Tooth. Do we want to pay 2 life for this? What do we want to cast? Grow from the Ashes. We wouldn't be able to cast it kicked anyway. We want to cast Treasure Map. Yeah, we'll pay 2 life for this. It doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter. He's going to mill us for whatever that is anyway. Probably. Alright, let's get our Grow from the Ashes, actually. And then we can cast Land of War Elves. Ah, but we can't because I accidentally chose a mountain instead of choosing a forest. Okay. Well, there's a mistake. I made a couple of mistakes this turn, this game, unfortunately. But I have never played against Mill for this particular deck, and it seems dangerous. Because we're going through our deck so fast anyway. Okay, so what we want to do here We have enough to... Do we have enough to kick Fight with Fire? 4, 7, 8? We don't. We need one more. So let's just... bring out Llanowar Elves. Lava Coil this. Treasure Map. And do the thing with the treasure map. Scry 1. Just to get counters at this point. We're not going to be keeping anything that we leave on top anyway. Okay. So now we can fight with fire, right? 7, 8, 9. Yes, with the Llanowar Elves we can do this. So let's just attack. And if he lets us get in, doesn't have a counter spell. Actually, okay. I guess it's that he's not going to have a counter spell. So we will fight with fire now, and then we'll Bane Fire next turn. I don't think he's going to be able to mill us enough. If he had Psychic Corrosion, he would be able to. But he does not. Getting low though, but it doesn't matter. That's it. That's it, we did it. I was a little worried that whole entire game. Alright, so let's just do 5. Whatever. Okay. That was a stressful game. That was a stressful game. Hey, look, we got a pack. I think I already have everything in Ravnica Allegiance. Yes. But that's okay, because we're getting wild cards out of this eventually. Okay. Let's play another. Let's play a couple more. And then we'll see where we go from there. Another cool thing about Untapped is that it actually shows you what you drew before you can see your hand. Alright, here we are again. We need to draw a red source, but that is actually a really high possibility. So, we have Llanowar Elves, we have Wayward Swordtooth. I think we should keep this. Getting a Swordtooth out turn 2 is really good. Ooh. I haven't really seen this one before. Okay. So, when Direfeat Poisoner enters the battlefield, target attacking pirate you control gets +1/+1 and Death Touch. Okay. Bring out Elves. Next turn, Swordtooth, Forest. Or Swordtooth, Rootbound Crag. And then we can keep Shock open. Living the dream. So long as he doesn't kill our elves. Alright, Sultai. So that's not a pirate. Search for Azcanta. Interesting deck. I am curious. I am legitimately curious. Yeah, go ahead. I'm just gonna shock the face. And we will try a Greenseeker. And I guess Lava Coil that. I suppose there's no reason not to. Get in. We need an Experimental Frenzy now. That's what we want. That would be the best draw. 8% chance. I like this thing. So it's a very low percentage. Just tapped. We're just gonna kill that. And we'll get in with our elves. No. Next. We'll stay back with our Dryad Greenseeker. Hope that we can draw into land, basically. Gaia's Blessing. Okay. Interesting. Ah, that's a nice little interaction that you got there. I like this guy's deck. I mean, I don't really understand it. Okay. All right, so 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's see if we get a land. We don't. All right. Okay, that's a good draw. That will be a good draw when eventually we do draw it. Okay. Because we need to ascend. We need one or two things. We need an experimental frenzy, or we need to ascend so that we can start pressuring him, because this is obviously some sort of combo deck. Though I don't understand what the combo is just yet. Doesn't necessarily mean that it's not dangerous and looming. So we have to make sure that we start pressuring as soon as possible. And I don't really care if he attacks us. So we are not in any danger of dying just yet. Okay, we're gonna keep that on top. Draw. And play it. Alright, so now we are 6, 7, 8, 9. We're one away from ascending, so that we can attack with our Sword Tooth. Hopefully he doesn't have an answer for it. Sure. That's no bueno. Wait a minute. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Ah, damn it. I should have lightning struck something before that hit the board, because he just has... he just now is ascended with this out. So that's my fault for not paying attention. We're gonna kill a death toucher. Okay, good. And the reason that we did kill the Death Toucher is so that we can attack with our Sword Tooth. Okay. So Twilight Prophet's a big problem. So we need a Lava Coil or something to get rid of it. Lava Coil, ooh, Thief of Sanity. We're definitely lightning striking that. Thief of Sanity is such a great card. I don't have any of them. I don't have one Thief of Sanity. Sad, I know. Okay. Let's kill the heck out of that. Yeah. I'll take that. Do we have enough to kill him? Let's see if we have a land on top here. We don't, but that's good. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We can hit him for 8. So since we're drawing Fight with Fire next turn, I'm just gonna kill his Twilight Prophet right now. Don't want to deal with it. And so long as he doesn't have a counterspell of some sort, we win next turn. Ooh, Ooh, Muldrotha. It's a Muldrotha deck. Oh, I love it. I love it. I've always wanted to make a Muldrotha deck, but I've never had the cards for it. Maybe someday. It's just such a cool card. I mean, it's just such a cool card, but it doesn't matter, honey bunny. You're dying. It don't matter. Submit. 10. Yeah, okay. I was like, what are you asking me to do? So how much land do we have here? No. Ta-da! Alright, we've had some pretty good games so far, but I think we'll play one more. Let's play one more game. Haha! Wayward Sawtooth and Experimental Frenzy? NZ091? 091? No, we didn't get Experimental Frenzy. I thought it glowed, but it did not. Wayward Sawtooth, Llanowar Elves. Once again, Wayward Sawtooth on turn 2 is insane, so we're going to keep that. And hopefully we can draw into Experimental Frenzy, which is not what we did last game, but whatever. Elves. Another search for Escanta. Alright. Alright. Wayward Sawtooth. Stomping Ground. So we have removal for anything spicy that they might drop. But usually search for Escanta means control. Alright. So let's bring out Dryad Greenseeker. It's got a counter spell in there somewhere. He might want to counter that, which I'm okay with. I would much rather him counter that than Treasure Map. Just thinking about it. Yeah. Ah. Do I want to pay for that? Yeah, sure, I'll pay. Okay. That was a premature concession. Alright, well, those are all the games that I'm going to play with Kill It With Fire. I really do like this deck quite a bit. It's not very expensive to put together. So I hope you guys had fun watching this deck, me play this deck, and I hope you are inspired to play some Magic the Gathering while you're waiting for the War of the Spark to come out. I honestly can't think of too much to improve upon this deck. It's really fun to play, it's really solid, and yeah, I mean, that's about it. I hope you guys really enjoyed watching me play this deck as much as I enjoyed playing it. I love playing this deck. This is such a wonderful little creation. So yeah, I hope you were inspired, and I will see you guys next time.